Welcome to the Mischief. I'm Valen, and this is Open DevCraft7. We're continuing on today with farming. Sounds boring, but it's going to be one of the coolest things, I swear. I mean, really, I think you'll really like what I have in mind here. The only thing is, we're going to have to try and figure out something to do with this. So if I arrange my crops properly, then it'll make it a lot easier. Like the long stuff in the middle, for example. Oh, that's really tall. 1, 2, 3. So we're gonna build a crop farm, an auto crop farm, without the use of rotational force. I know I've got this giant power bank of rotational force over here, which, by the way, I put half slabs over top of the water. Don't do what I did and leave it uncovered during the winter. We're going to be using carts, real carts, and it's going to be really cool. This is all going to be create, by the way. So what I might do is replant these hemp seeds, or I could just have them as part of it. I don't think I really need this many hemp seeds, but, you know, it's just going to be a little bit awkward to have them so far away. So I think what I'm going to do is replant the hemp seeds that are down here down a different side. Actually, I might just leave them there and just go with some wheat, because then I could use that instead. So I'm gonna rearrange these a little bit so they'll work and look a little prettier the way that I want. And I'll be back in a moment. So hey, benefit of not having this thing actually be a different kind of block is that it's kind of creeper resistant while it's moving, thankfully. Yeah, did not anticipate that. I should know better than to run around in the dark. Oh my gosh. At least everything's still intact. I mean, you just got to fix the elevator shaft. Anyway, let me get back on track here. I have track. What a pun. Oh, a lot of track going on here. As you can see, it encircles the entirety of this whole room. And I could make all sorts of really small and efficient ways of doing this. I'll probably do a bit by bit on something more along those lines. But for this, I think this will be a lot more fun for me, and probably harvest so much more than I'll ever need. But I did rearrange the crops. I now have all the tall crops in the middle that I don't want to break the bottom of. But all the rest of them I have basically on the outer sides. These 4 rows here, and these 4 rows here. And they all have water and everything like that. And I'm probably going to lose this first bit along here. There we go. Those ones are going to end up being, I'll probably end up turning them into wood, just so that it looks a little nicer because of a parking station that I will need for what I'm going to be building. And therefore, it's not really going to be any loss. It's just for when I want to park stuff. So what I'm going to be doing here, let's get this off of here. And I've got this food in my inventory. I don't even need it. So many seeds and things. Oh my gosh, let's get rid of this. I will be making a rail cart that will have harvesters attached to it. We're going to first need a cart assembler, which I think if I use my manufactory halo, I should be able to make this unless I use the wood that I had brought with me for this exact reason. All right, and I now have the stuff I was looking for. Let's try this again, shall we? A cart assembler. There we go. Now I have one, and you don't place it on a track. It comes with its own. So you just place it there, and it has a cart. And actually, I do want to have an empty space next to it for a lever, which I will have to go back and get another one because I don't have any sticks or cobble, though I could easily find some. Anyway, let's continue on here. I don't need to have that running or on or off just yet. I will need a cart, like a mine cart. And I've got my backpack here with some of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I should be able to just make that. There we go. 1 minecart. No problem. So I'll push this. And it just grabbed that block. I forgot. I need to not have blocks next to this, or else it will end up stealing the block. So let's turn this off so that it'll actually stop when it comes back around. So anything that's attached to the sides of the cart assembler, as you notice, will be attached to the cart. So let's actually move this lever, since I don't have a second one with me right now. Put it here. And then I turn that on, and it will disembark anything that's on the minecart that goes through that spot. There we go. So now the polished andesite is returned, thankfully. I'm just going to break that and leave it out there. I've got more of it in my inventory, so I'm not too worried. And this is going to come back around and then stop right there. Perfect. Okay. So we need to build off of this cart assembler. And in this case, I'm going to be building, let's see, mechanical harvesters. No, I need some of these linear chassis, which should be pretty basic to make. It's just a bunch of andesite alloy and some wood, really. So if I make these. All right, linear chassis. And I thought I had a whole bunch. Oh, wait, you know what? I realized why I didn't have them already crafted, because I've already got them here. Oh, all right. Well, still, I can make more if I need them. We're going to be attaching this on here. Now, there are different directions you can attach it, but as I'm going to want this stuff to harvest and output into a chest, you kind of need to have it facing a certain direction. If you have it facing like this, it'll still work. It'll harvest things, but it'll drop them where they are. Instead, we're going to want it to face up. And like this. Like this. And then when you attach to the sides of this, it should actually, oops, unless you really mess things up like that. And it should attach properly. I'm going to go all the way out to here. And this is basically 1/2 of this. It's going to go down, around, harvesting everything along the way. And it's going to look like this giant death machine. But not to worry, it won't hurt you at all. So we do need to put some more stuff on here, though. And specifically, this middle one here is going to need to be moved, because I don't want to harvest any of this stuff at this level. I want to harvest one up from there. So let's get up here and see if I can do this, and then I'll just chop the bottom one out. There you go. And they all should be connected. If they don't connect for some reason, you can always just stop the machine and add some stickum. In this case, I think I've got a slime ball stored in here just for this reason now. Like this. See, I can't remember if I even need to, but honestly, it's not going to hurt for me to do that, because then this is connected to this. Anyway, other things I'm going to want is probably going to be a chest. So let me grab this. We can make ourselves one chest, because we're going to want all the stuff that's getting harvested to go somewhere besides just laying on the ground. So let's have it go, because it's going to end up getting dropped here when it gets dropped. So let's have it here, I guess. I mean, I could have it over here and just have it like connect to something right above the door. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Maybe I do that. So here's what we're going to need to do, though, is that if this chest is just sitting up here, it's not going to stick. So now it'll stick, because I just stickified where it is sitting. And this is already going to attach itself to the cart assembler, so there's no worries there. And all these all connect to each other along this plane. So what's going to happen if I have this run around? Nothing. It's actually just going to go right through the crops. It's not going to injure them or anything. But I'm going to need to make a bunch of mechanical harvesters, which is as such. So let me get this going. We'll do a mechanical harvester. See how many of these we can make. 7. I think I only need 5. So let's put these here. Well, reason being is that this is 10 blocks wide, and I'm doing half of it at a time. So we're going to do one here, 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 here. No, almost there. So there's 3. And this is a low area. 4, and then 5. There we go. And this, if you notice, is one higher than the rest, and it will just kind of cut all those things. But, oh shoot, I did make a mistake. I'm going to need to move this chest, because I'm going to need to make this 1 block higher. Now, the reason for that is because this harvester is going to hit the middle of those items. It's not going to hit anything at the top. So anything above that is just going to break and fall. It won't harvest those ones. So you need to have another harvester on top of that. So then I can just take my crafting table, make another one of these. There we go. And stick that, and stick that on the wrong side, just like that. It's beautiful. Let's try it again. Over here, and I don't need to worry about breaking the crops, thankfully, because there's some other mods on here stopping me from doing that. There we go. So, and because that was stickified for the chest, it should be just fine. Now I can put the sticky here, chest there. That's great, actually, because then I can output over that side. I will show you what I mean in a moment here. Let's grab some of these planks, because I did not grab this, a transposer, which I'm going to need to make an extractor and a funnel to make one of those. I'll do that in a moment here, but basically we're going to have things being extracted into there, but I'm going to want to only do it while it's off because I don't want this running all the time. It's just going to overflow into the world. I just want to have it run once and then stop it. And that maybe twice or leave it on for a little bit. But I don't want to just destroy the server with constant items being spewed everywhere because they're going to overflow. Anyway. Also, these are going bye-bye because I can't take them. That's much better. Okay, so with this turned on, you see the red here. That's kind of like a break. Anything in this area is going to be stopped. Turning it off again, it will allow this to be taken. So that's kind of how that works. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's ready to go. I just don't have a place for it to go anywhere. So let's try just pushing this. And it should go. There we go. And wow, look at it. It's just crazy. All the stuff. Whoo! And it comes over here and it stopped. Because I stopped it without having any power over here, which was my mistake. But seriously, let's put this here. Turn that on. It's not going to make it go anymore, but if I turn this off, it will drop everything that it had. There we go. And the cart will still keep going. So I can turn that off for now. And we can check to see what the contents are. Look at all that stuff. Look at all that stuff. It's ridiculous. And then we could have things being sorted. Obviously, there was a little problem with some of the hemp seeds being taken. Oh, looks like I did end up losing a few of the sugar cane maybe at the end. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe I didn't have it right. It was going pretty darn fast. I feel that maybe I need to lessen the number of these rails here because maybe it's going a little too fast around here. I just want it to just kind of eke around. And this is just too much. There we go. Oh, hopefully that'll be enough for this to actually reach. All right, so I'm just going to finish this up, and then I'm going to get the ingredients for that, is it the transposer, so that we can have this start docking and offloading all of its contents. There we go. I now have one transposer, a few extra extractors, and funnels for future use, which should be pretty good. And I've got a little bit of sandpaper because, you know, you never know when you might have an itch. But let's head back down into the explosive tunnel. As you can see, going a little fast, depending upon the server, can end up doing a little bit of damage. But that aside, let's see what else we can do here. I've got this transposer, which if I jump up here, and I get myself another chest, actually. Let's do that, because I need to have a place for it to offload. Right now, I've got a chest for it to actually grab stuff, but no place for it to go. So let's do this. Then I can have this transposer go into it there. All right, and the transposer actually says, takes items from an attached inventory and immediately puts them into the target inventory. Can be assigned in an item stack as a filter. So I think I actually put that backwards. let's flip this around. There we go. I think that that's better because if you look, it actually kind of has like this little arrow of what direction it's going to go in. I think that's kind of important. And it can stay where it's at because when this thing gets docked, like it is now, let's do this, push that around, and it's going to harvest a bunch of stuff. Really crazy contraption. I absolutely love it. Let's turn this off so it'll catch here when it comes back. There we go. And we're going to leave the cart to just keep going around in circles right now. I'm not too bothered by that. But if you look, the stuff is being dropped off. And it's going into this chest here. Just like that. Pretty darn cool, right? I like it. Leaving this in this specific location, I don't think that it's actually going to work because it's like one block around the corner. Maybe if I had it halfway down there, it might like dock and connect properly. But where it's at, it's not going to because it doesn't even show up in this specific spot. This is just its docking location that I want it to dock at. So as you can see, there's plenty that's been going on here. It's working as I anticipated. Everything seems to be cutting. And I did lose those 2 there. I still have some extra seeds sitting around. So it looks like because it's harvesting really fast, I will admit, much faster than I thought that it would. I think it might be leaving a few extra seeds. Like it doesn't have the opportunity to pick those up. Specifically because I think the DevCraft these here, when you break the hemp, it actually has like a double animation. It goes break, 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 break. So maybe because it does that, it has that hesitation, it doesn't get picked up all the time, at least. I think because it's going a little too fast. But anyway, this looks great. So then I can just grab this stuff out of here when it's done, and I'm good to go. I don't know where my cart went. Did it stop? It did stop. So therefore, I'm just going to make sure. There we go. That it works just fine. Yeah, there we go. It's rather slow to get around the corner, but all's good in the end. So let's turn that off so that it'll stop when it gets back here. Hopefully it'll make it all the way around. Yep. It's going nice and slow. Just what I was hoping to see. Nice and slow, nice and slow. And then it stops. Excellent. All right, so let's turn this off and let it do its thing now. And I will actually, once I've got this started, there we go. I will turn that on so it doesn't stop it. And then it should be good. Should be good. It's a monstrous machine that looks absolutely crazy. Yeah, look at these DevCraft seeds popping in here. Maybe having those... don't worry, see, it doesn't hurt you. It just passes right through. But let's have a look at this. I realize that I kind of have things off. Let's see if anything actually even goes in. It shouldn't. Yeah, it does not, because it's just in a location that it's not going to work with. Let's turn this off so it drops it. And then things should start pouring in. Yep, there we go. Got a few more items dropping in place. Really nice. Then you can also filter this chest into different things. You can have it being fed out, going into different areas and stuff. You can even have it so that it offloads things regular basis, like stops and then continues on or something like that. But anyway, that was pretty much it. That was all I really wanted to do, was just have an automatic way of harvesting and replanting all this stuff really easily. And yeah, I can't complain at all. In fact, I'll even leave the cart running. I don't see any harm in that. It's gonna be active in there anyway, so I might as well. Let's go back up the explosive tunnel. And I think I'm probably going to call things there. I hope you guys enjoyed this little contraption building thing. Next, I think I'm going to be doing a little tree farm. Not that I really need one so much, but I think I just want to build it so that I can have it. Once again, I could always turn it on and off as I need to. And I hope you guys have been enjoying this. If so, be sure to give a like, comment, subscribe, and as always, be sure to come by. Visit us on Twitch sometimes, because we stream regularly. And don't be afraid to spread the mischief to others. Till next time, I'll see ya.